Hello and welcome to Titanium House Tarot, and today I will be doing a what will your current perspective gift you video. Okay, so for this I'll be using some concepts from Superconscious Education brought to us by Chris Duncan. I will also be using the scripture cards okay, for this, so please and with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let us get into my insight. Now, it is hot. It is hot. My hair is all a mess. It's all frizzy and stuff. And usually people can get hot and bothered, right? Mostly because I've shut off all the fans. I got 2, but I shut off the fan so that the microphone can pick up my voice well, right? So, I mean, what this indicates to me is, and I think I might have mentioned this prior, but I was thinking about this yesterday, alright? There is a difference between something that came a heaven sent and a temptation. Alright, and it's very interesting that I'm using that wording for this reading with these cards. In either case, what I'm trying to say is that you need to be able to distinguish between if something is good for you or if something is not good for you. If you should do something or if you shouldn't do something. And I basically was talking with my mentee, and I was telling her that the difference are your priorities. What is your priority at the moment? Is your priority to, eat the extra bit of cake? Or is your priority to be healthy, slim, and active? What is it? I mean, you can't, if you are active, you can still eat that extra bit of cake because you've burnt off all the calories. But if you haven't, don't be surprised if it starts to pile on, right? And I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm just saying that because that's generally what happens. Okay? Now, so it's just cause and effect. Simple cause and effect. If you don't like the effect, stop the cause. And I know I might be making a couple people a little mad with this, but there's no two ways about it. There is none. Alright? And this is not just for food. This goes for the way you interact with people, the grades you get, the amount you have in the bank account, and so on and so forth. So put it where it applies to your reality and utilize this to the best of your abilities is what I am getting, okay? So that's it for my insight for this video, okay? So the first group of individuals I'll be divining for are my perfectionists, alright? The individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message. For my perfectionists, please come forward and share. What will their current perspective give them this week? So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message. For my perfectionists, please come forward and share what their current perspective will give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, and you got John, book 14, verse 27. And in the back it says, peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Okay. Peace I leave with you. Peace I leave with you. So I give you peace. My peace I give you. So the peace I have, I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives, which would mean that there's like the world usually gives double things. So if you give them something, there's always something else that comes with it, is what I'm picking up on. So there is no, like, you don't need to return. It's like a mother, okay, gives just to give out of the love she has for a child, right? Usually that's how gifts should be given, with nothing that is expected in return. Okay, do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. So when you receive something from God, is what I'm picking up on. When you receive something from God, there is no double standard. There is nothing that is expected of you. Okay? But the way you deal with what you receive is going to have a big impact on what you get, or how long you keep it. I hope that makes sense. You have to be mindful of this, okay? So that was it for my perfectionists, okay? So now on to my helpers, the individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any given situation at any time and anywhere. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share what my helpers, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share what their current perspective will give them this week. And you got John Book 8, verse 32. And in the back it says, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So, when you understand a reality, like really understand it, and you will really understand the truth. And when you understand the truth, which, by the way, reality is subjective. So everyone's truth is true to them. And so when you understand someone's truth, or when you understand your truth, you will be free of whatever it is that feels like you are bound by. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it'll be my pleasure to answer. Okay? So now on to my achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. And you got Psalm Book 56, verse 4. And in the back it says, in God whose word I praise, in God I trust, and I am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? So when you trust in God, nothing anyone does will affect you. Because nothing anyone does will affect you, because God will always help you out. They might not see it. They might not know how. You might not even know how. But that is up to God. Like, you see, I was hit by a car. Right? Does it look like I was hit by a car? If you know my scars, if you know like the stuff, like what was broken and what was bruised, well, not bruised because it's been 15 years, but what was broken and where I have scars, you would know, you would see, right? Like, for example, I broke my clavicle, I got a tracheotomy scar, and so on and so forth, right? So it doesn't matter what happens to you. If you are with God, if you believe in God, God will help you out. God will help you get back to where you were before. But you need to believe in God. You need to praise God. Okay? You need to know that is what is helping you. That God is what is helping you. Okay? So that was it for my achievers. Alright? So now on to my individualists. The individuals who intuitively know what to place in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, for what aim and what purpose. Alright, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good, who has a message for my individualists, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good, and you get Matthew book 6, verse 25. And in the back it says, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? So I feel like this is relative to the afterlife. If you want to be able to live afterlife, or if you want to have a good afterlife, right? Go to heaven and so on and so forth. Don't preoccupy yourself too much with food and water, like food and drink, okay? Occupy yourself more with your soul's awakening, or what your soul needs to eat and what your soul craves. Okay, so that was it for my individualists. Okay, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And so now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, where to research it, for how long, with what aim, and what purpose. Alright, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share investigators, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. And you got Proverbs book 14, verse 30. And in the back it says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Okay? So what this is saying is, when you are in peace, when you live peace, when you have peace, your body is well. But when you're envious of other people for what they have and what you quote unquote lack, it will have a negative effect on your body, specifically your bones. Okay, so that was it for my investigators. All right, so now on to my loyalists, individuals who intuitively know what to stay loyal to, how long to stay loyal to it, for what aim and what purpose. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share what will their current perspective give them this week. And you got Romans 12, book 12, verse 16. And in the back it says, live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. So this is saying, interact with one another. be conscious of what you've accomplished. Don't be proud. Don't be like, well, I've done this. Or I've done that. And you haven't done all this and all that. Alright? But be willing to associate with people of low position so that you can raise them up and they can get to your level. Because the idea that there is a lack of something is only man-made. There is no lack. There is no lack. Okay? There's only the perception of lack. I hope that makes sense. So don't be conceited, don't be self-centered. Try to help one another to move up, to get better, because that will give you good karma. That will give you better standing. Okay? So that was it for my loyalists. Okay, so be loyal to people. Don't be loyal to yourself. That's basically what I'm getting to. Okay, so now on to my enthusiasts. The individuals who intuitively know what to place in the center of attention, what to be enthusiastic about, how long to be enthusiastic about it, for what aim and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and share. Please come forward and share. Oh, their current perspective, give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides. And you got Matthew, book 6, verse 22. And in the back it says, the eye is the lamp of the body. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. So your body, if your eyes are healthy, I don't think this is talking about your eyes. This is talking about what you look at. If your thought process is healthy, if it's sane, if it's positive, you will be looking at positive things. You will be looking at good things. You'll be looking at the right stuff. Okay, but because they will be your whole body will be full of light, because you're looking at light things, at good things, at things that you want more of. Okay, so that was it for the enthusiasts. Okay, so now on to my protectors, the individuals who intuitively know what to keep safe, how long to keep it safe, for what aim and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, please come forward and share. What will their current perspective give them this week? And you got Romans book 13, verse 8. Okay. And in the back it says, let no debt remain outstanding, except the continuing debt to love one another. For whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. So, as we've seen in other cards, the whole point is to love one another. And if that is to be the debt that you keep only, you should have as much debt in regards to how much you should love your neighbor. Because if you love your neighbor, the more you love your neighbor, the more you will have fulfilled the law of love one another. Okay, which is very prevalent, right? To be accepting, to be loving, to be understanding, to be to want to get closer together, to understand one another, to accept each other. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it'll be my pleasure to answer. So that was it for my protectors. All right, so now on to my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. Alright? So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share it. What their current perspective will give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share what their current perspective will give them this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you got Romans book 8, verse 28. Okay, and in the back it says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So this is saying that God favors the people who love him, who listen to what God is telling them to do, because they are following what is suggested to them. Like all those little insights that you get that you don't really understand, sometimes follow them, right? Sometimes follow them because they are from your higher self. Though if they are so the ones that come from your higher self are the ones that are basically good for everyone involved. But the ones that are only good for you are the ones that come from your ego. And that's where you need to be able to be very discerning, okay? So, that was it for my chameleons, alright? So, my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys this week for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below or in the comments, and it'll be my pleasure to answer. And it'll be my pleasure to answer. I kind of lost track of what I was saying. Pleasure to answer. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next Wednesday, okay? Bye.